Long before a village existed here, the land offered little reason to gather. There was no river to follow, no harbour to protect, no crossing to control. The ground rose gently, surrounded by farmland that could support life, but did not require people to cluster together. Yet people began to return to the same point. From scattered farms across the surrounding fields, individuals followed familiar paths at regular intervals. These journeys were not driven by distance or trade, but by shared timing. The act of returning gave the place meaning before it ever had a name. Only later did this place become known as Annahilt. Annahilt lies in County Down, a small rural settlement between low hills and farmland, not far from Dromore. Its name comes from the Irish Annahilt, often understood as marsh of the cliff or wet land by the slope, describing ground that was workable but unremarkable. This was never a location chosen for movement or exchange. It made sense as a point of return. Settlement here formed around parish life. People travelled in from across the countryside, following routes shaped by use rather than design. Over time, those repeated movements shaped the settlement itself. By the early modern period, Annahilt functioned as a parish centre rather than a village in the conventional sense. Its role was social rather than economic. The land supported this quietly. Surrounding farms provided work and stability. Roads developed gradually, following the paths people already took. The settlement did not need to expand. Its purpose was already defined. Walking through Annahilt today, that origin is still visible. The village remains small, buildings are lightly clustered. There is no high street pulling activity inward. Instead, the place feels transitional, a destination reached, then left behind again. The church remains central, not as a landmark of scale, but as an explanation of why the village exists at all. Nearby buildings reflect service rather than commerce. Everything is proportioned to use. Unlike towns shaped by industry or transport, Annahilt was never pulled outward by opportunity. Its form remained stable because its function did not change. The surrounding countryside reinforces this. Fields stretch outward without interruption. Hedgerows trace long-established boundaries. Roads curve gently, shaped by repeated travel rather than planning. Modern life has settled in carefully. New homes appear without altering the village's role. Annahilt continues to function as it always has, a place defined by return rather than movement. This is what happens when shared routine, rather than geography, gives a place its reason to exist. Such settlements do not grow large, but they persist. Elsewhere, different needs produce different forms. That, my friend, is the British way.